All right, good morning, everyone. It is 11 a.m. Welcome to our first live demo of session 3. Today is day 1. We're so excited to have you here with us, and we have a camp cooking demo from our illustrious staff members from Camp Bulawak, Kim Gifford and Dan Decker. I'm just going to turn it over to them, and then we'll be doing a question and answer chat after their demo. So later on, when you have questions, you can type them to me and I'll ask the presenters. Okay, Dan, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, Dan Decker, Kim Gifford, take it away.
All right, how's everyone doing today? Can I get some thumbs up? All right, awesome. Okay, so because this is Camp in a Box, we figured we'd do a cooking demo from a cardboard box. All right, so let me just turn this camera over right here and I can show you what we've got set up. So right where I was standing, I've got some charcoal going. That's going to be important. That's going to go in our cardboard box. But over here, I have a cardboard box that's lined with foil. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to turn this cardboard box lined with foil into an oven and hope it doesn't catch on fire. If it does, we're safe. We got a bucket of water right there. Okay. So when you're talking about cooking in a cardboard box, you have to line the inside with foil. This keeps the temperature in. This keeps the box from catching on fire. Okay. If you missed any spots, it's possible that the box does catch on fire. So you always want to have a bucket of water nearby just in case. I've done this a few times so far. I've never had one catch on fire, but I have known people that have had it happen to them. So you always want to be safe there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the charcoal. I've already got it going. It's already set. We're going to put it in a small little container, and we're going to put it in our oven over there. Okay, and then we're going to close it up and kind of preheat it, and then we're going to go over to Kim, and she's going to show you how to make the delicious thing that we're making, and then we'll put it in the oven, and we'll show you how it comes out. So like I said, I got the charcoal going already. Got a little tray here that I'm going to put it in so it doesn't sit right on the bottom of the box. And I've got a device in there called the Camp Made. You can pick it up at most scout shops or camping stores. It's a fantastic little thing. It works great with a Dutch oven, but it fits right inside my box. And that way I can have the charcoal a little bit elevated off the cardboard and it works perfectly. I've also got some heavy gloves on. They are Dutch oven specific gloves. You can also use welding gloves, anything like that. And I've got a pair of tongs to mess with the charcoal. So that way I don't have to touch the charcoal directly. Okay. So each piece of charcoal is about 40 degrees. So we want our oven set to about 350, give or take. So that means we're going to put about 9 pieces of charcoal, maybe a few extra because it never really comes out to 40 degrees like it's supposed to. Okay. So Kim, can you turn the camera over towards the box, please? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this, I'm going to hook it right onto my little device in here. If it cooperates, which I want to do right now, there we go. So now it's sitting right in my box. And we're going to close up the box and reheat.
Dan, can we add this in first?
Oh, yeah. I was going to preheat it and show them how we make it. So, but we can add it in right now. Thank you. So we've got our pre-made apple, and we'll show you how to make one in a second. So I'm going to put it right on top here. And I'm going to close up the box. Okay. Now the box doesn't want to stay closed. You can close it a number of ways. What I'm going to do to keep it closed, I'm just going to take a piece of wood, put it right up against it. And that should keep it closed most of the way, enough to keep the heat in. We're going to let that sit, heat up, melt, And I'm going to move it over to Kim to show you how we make the s'mores.
Okay, good morning, campers. Okay, we're going to make one of my favorite foods, s'mores. But today we are going to make it in an apple, because an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So I washed my apple. So I have a washed apple, and I have my favorite food groups here today: chocolate chips, marshmallows, and graham crackers. And we're gonna need broken graham crackers. So I already broke some up already. We're gonna need some tin foil. You're going to need a knife. So this is something you definitely need some parent help with, or it'd even be best if the parent cut or cored the apple. And I have a spoon. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is, I'm not gonna completely core out the apple, but I'm gonna hollow it out like a bowl. So again, this really is for an older scout or a parent to do this stuff. I'm gonna go around maybe a couple times, and I wanna, so right now I just have like a little crater. I definitely want to go a bit deeper because I want to get all that yummy in here. But I want to be careful that I'm not going through the bottom of the apple. Okay, so I've cut it up a bit in there. So this is where my spoon comes in handy. Maybe even a smaller spoon would have worked better. I have limited resources here at camp. But the better that you can hollow out your apple, the more yummies you're going to be able to get in here. Okay, so now I have a nice bowl here to put everything in. I'm going to start with some graham cracker crumbles. Add some in. I am going to put some chocolate chips in. They actually started to melt. It's quite warm here today. No exact science on how much you're putting in here. And we're going to top it off with marshmallows. Just going to open up my tin foil first. Top it with some marshmallows. Okay. Now, you might be asking, do I have to make the campfire box to make this? You do not. You can cook this right in your oven. So you would preheat your oven. So it's about 350 degrees for 10 minutes. Okay, so once you have everything in here and you're happy with it, you are just going to wrap it up. It does not have to be fancy at all. You could just go like this. Just wrap it up. Ta-da! Anyone can do that. So again, 350 degrees for about 10 minutes. It's going to make your apple nice and soft. It's going to make the insides your chocolate and your marshmallows all melty and gooey. So the one that we put in the box that Dan made, I had already started. So I think it might be done. Do you want to check that out, Dan?
Yes, I can. You want to turn the camera around?
Absolutely. Okay. And, oh, hey, Dan.
Okay. So while Kim was doing the cooking, I put another sheet of foil just over the gap because it didn't quite close all the way to keep the heat in a little bit better. So let me just take this off now. Move the stick that we've got. So like Kim said, she originally started this one in the oven. So that's why it's almost done already. Take it out. Nice and hot in there. Turn the camera back around to our table.
Okay. So tin foil doesn't typically get too hot where it would burn your fingers. But you definitely want to be careful. You don't want to take it out of the oven without an oven mitt or something. But this is not too hot. Oop, already got some sticky marshmallow here. Okay, can you see that? I'm going to use my spoon or my knife here, maybe my knife, and I'm going to cut this open and show you. The apple is nice and soft. And see, I probably could have cut down a little bit farther, but we got our chocolate, our graham crackers. Some of my marshmallow is on the tin foil. But check that out. Doesn't that look like a yummy treat? And you can tell your parents it's good for you. It's an apple, right? Okay, how many of you want to try out that recipe? How many of you want to try out that box, that kitchen stove box that Dan made? Awesome. Back to you, Dan.
All right. So I'm going to put the other one in there, but I think you guys see how it works and stuff like that. So while I'm doing that, we can start taking some questions. So John, if you want to relay the questions to us, that would be fantastic.
All right, I have a question for you, Dan. What's your favorite thing to make when you're camp cooking?
What was that, John?
Well, what's your favorite thing to make when you're camp cooking?
I actually like using a Dutch oven a lot as opposed to cardboard box. But I like a nice cobbler in a Dutch oven. It's always really good to make. So.
All right. If anyone has any questions, you can go ahead and type them into the chat. Please feel free to do so. Dan, about question here? How long should we let the coals get hot for?
Ideally, when you're lighting the coals, you want them to start turning white a little bit. I started at about 15 minutes before we started the presentation. So that was enough to let them catch on fire, then go from being on fire to calming down and just being a hot coal.
What are some other things that you can make with coals and stuff?
What was that?
What other kind of food can you make with this box oven?
Well, with the box oven, you can pretty much make anything you can make in a regular oven. I've made pizza. I've made cookies. As long as you can fit it in the box, you can make it.
I think this question is for Kim. What other types of fruit can you use for this recipe? Can you use other types of fruit?
You can use bananas, strawberries. You can make a banana boat. Hi. You can make a banana boat, so you can take a banana in its peel and slice it open long ways. Sort of tap on it both ways and widen up that cut, and you can add in the same things. And then you're going to wrap it in tin foil, and you can do it in the same box, or you can put it on the edge of a campfire, and that is called a banana boat. And you can make traditional s'mores, and you can put slices of strawberries in there. So I would say those are some other fruits that you can use.
Two different people asked, can you use a pineapple, and have you used the pineapple for that?
I have not used pineapple, but that sounds really yummy.
Okay. All right. Eugene asks, can we post the recipes later so we can try? I think he wants to see, how to build the box oven and also how to do the food that you guys are making.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so when you're building the box oven, if you want to turn the camera back over this way, basically the key thing is you want to line the inside with foil. And the tricky thing is you don't want to use tape on the inside. If you look at the outside, you can see I did use some electrical tape just to keep the foil on. But on the inside, you don't want to use tape because that could catch on fire, could melt, it will peel under the heat. So yeah, the inside's got to be completely covered in foil. And there's no exact science to it. You can do it a whole bunch of different ways. But if you have any cardboard showing, the cardboard might catch on fire from the heat. So that's why you want to have the bucket of water handy. And, it's always good to do it. Like I got it on top of a fire pit right here. I got a grate across, and I got it right on top. So, if it did catch on fire, hopefully it's not going to burn anything around it. I also didn't start my charcoal right next to it. My charcoal table is over here, if you want to turn the camera, Kim. So I've got my charcoal table right here. I could have put the box on here, but not when I have the charcoal right next to it. Because if I'm getting the charcoal going and I have the box right there, I could catch the box on fire. So that's why they're a little bit separate. But yeah, there's no exact science to the box. You just got to line the inside with foil.
Do you have to use a specific box, or can you use any type of box?
This is a cardboard box that something got shipped from Walmart. And, I took it, I lined it with foil, and I used it. You need a box that's going to be big enough to fit what you're making in there. So, for example, with the box I have, it was big enough to fit my Campmade in there, which is what I'm using to hold the charcoal. It's what I put the food on top of, stuff like that. But you could use any box. Smaller boxes, things might cook faster, might preheat faster, but you're going to have more trouble fitting a large amount of stuff in there.
I do remember, for those that have attended our day camp program, we do these solar box ovens in a pizza box, right, Dan? We make s'mores that way?
Yeah, you can make a solar oven. And a solar oven is powered more from the sun. So you would put the s'mores into the box, you'd prop it open with the foil, the sun would shine in, and the heat of the sun would heat up the foil and heat up the s'mores and melt the chocolate that way. So that's certainly something you can do that works. With this, you can get higher temperatures, though. With the solar ovens, you're really just kind of melting the stuff. It doesn't need to get to a super high temperature. This is up to 350 degrees. This can be used to cook like cookies, pizza, anything that you would cook in a regular oven. And you could get it even hotter. If you added more charcoal, you could get it up to like 400 degrees, 450. So if you wanted to cook something that needs a little more temperature, you can.
Question here in the chat. Have you ever cooked on a rock?
Have I ever cooked on a rock? Not personally. I've seen people who have, but I've never personally cooked on a rock.
I remember I cooked on a rock once. I had to make eggs, fried egg, and that was pretty cool. All I did, I had a relatively clean rock. I cleaned it off as best I could. I put it on the fire. I let it get super hot. You wouldn't believe how hot those things can get, and you can just cook it right on there. You can do a whole bunch of different stuff on a rock. It's pretty cool. Does anyone else have any questions for Kim and Dan? All right, Dan, Kim, is there anything else you guys would like to add?
No, I think the what we have in there might take a few more minutes to finish, but we'll post a picture on our Camp in a Box Facebook page so you can see it. And that's about it. Do you have anything else to add, Kim, about the s'mores?
No, if you try them at home, please let us know. Take some pictures, post them on Facebook. If you have a special s'mores recipe, please let me know.
Oh, actually, Dan, there's a good question here from Justin. Can you
What's
use
that?
any? There's a good question here from Justin. Can you use anything else other than charcoal?
When you're cooking in the cardboard box, I would keep it to charcoal. The reason being is if you have anything that actually still has a flame on it, if you use wood, you might catch the box on fire. It all comes back to that catching the box on fire. Now, these s'mores things, though, you wrap them in foil, so you could make them directly on a fire. You could take the foil packet with the s'mores, get a nice fire going, kind of let it die down a little bit, and then throw it on the hot coals from the fire. And you could cook them right that way, too. It doesn't need to be in an oven.
Yeah, this other question here. Can you cook on wood? I mean, it's still the same thing applies. You want to make it, you can start a fire with wood, but you want to get it down to the coals to make it nice and hot, right? Just like whenever you're, roasting a marshmallow, right? You don't want to put it directly in the flame. The best way to roast a marshmallow is over coals.
Yep.
And yeah, you can make donuts. You can make anything you want, right, Dan?
Oh, yeah, like I said, anything you can make in an oven, you can make in a cardboard box with charcoal.
Yep. Norman, yes, Norman, this would be a great patrol cooking competition. You can do that. You can, each patrol. I mean, that'd be good. Talk to your scoutmaster. Get some boxes together. Go to Walmart. Get a bunch of tin foil and have at it. That'd be a great. You can time it. You can have them judge on just taste alone, and another good competition piece you can do is a secret or mystery ingredient that the scoutmaster adds at the last second. So you might be making, I don't know, eggs or grilled cheese sandwich, and then the surprise ingredient that you have to incorporate is Spam or something like that. So that's another good way you can make a fun competition out of it. All right, well, I think that's all the time we have today. Thank you all coming to today's live demo. We'll see you again at 3 o'clock for the guest speaker. Anything else, Dan?
No, I think that about covers it.
All right, you better get back inside in the air conditioning, okay? Get away from the hot coals. It's hot outside.
Yes, it is. It's very
Drink
hot.
some water. Don't forget to drink water, all right, guys? All right, have a good one. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.